Jays today, where today we're doing our little wine unwind as we do every Friday evening to kick us into the weekend. Hopefully one that could see some more developments as far as the CBA, as far as the lockout goes. We will definitely be getting to that. But first, I'm your host, Nicholas Blaylock.
I'm your host, Adam Pell, and yes, that's what we're going to be getting to today, guys. As the title says, MLB Lockout updates. How close are we to a deal? Q&A, February 25th, 2022.
Yeah.
How close are we to a deal, Nick? Just without looking, we're going to get to the research. Well, research being MLBTradeRumors.com.
Yeah.
But based with your own opinion and your own experience.
I would say that we are nice. I'd say that we're like going in the right direction anyways, as in like we're making progress right now. And I think the reason that I was like we're making progress is because today is the first day that our buddy Rob Manfred decided to actually show up.
Oh yeah,
you know?
he did.
So it's like in that regard, it's like, hey, like good for you, Rob Manfred. Yeah, for real. Like let's get a cheer going on that right there. Because it's like, wow, you actually showed up to do your job today. And that was really nice, man. So at least we're going in that direction. I feel like if he's gonna show up, then it just means in general like we're doing something properly. At least it's getting more serious. You know, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm still on the side that I don't think it's gonna happen by February 28th.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I did not think it was gonna happen by 28th either. No. But I think that we're going in the right place, anyways.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, like I know that we're going in the right direction, but I do still think it's gonna be at least 2 weeks, at least like another 2 weeks from now. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think that 2 weeks is probably sounding right.
If we're going in the direction,
2 weeks is honestly like I'm getting a little bit optimistic with 2 weeks because it's like there is still a lot of ground to cover in those 2 weeks. Like there is a lot of shit to do, guys, that needs to get done. Like
they haven't even talked about the CBT yet.
No.
They haven't talked about the CBT at all, and that's one of the big things that we have not seen.
No, not even in the slightest.
Like the so CBT, competitive balance tax. The players want to add more. The owners want to have less, right? Because I think you need more too. Because you know this whole there's a common theme, right, that the players have is that there's going to be inflation. There already has been inflation. So the money that you were making before isn't the same as the money you're making now. So you got to slowly increase that CBT over time, and that has not been talked about at all. So that's really concerning.
In fact, you know what? That's a great segue because also, hello, everybody. Welcome in. Daryl Adams, Del Kermis, Tristan Morgan, Ryan. Hello, everybody. I see that there's a few questions in there, and we do want to get to those. But maybe first, it would be a good idea to take a look at the article breaking down the CBA as we have it here, guys. We got it on MLB Trade Rumors, and they kind of talk about what the hell is going on. And as you can see, based off of the title, new substantive progress between League MLBPA in today's labor talks.
Yeah. So you know that's the update basically. But no, we'll get into a little bit of the important details.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's read a little bit of that off, man. I can't really see it from here because I don't have the glasses going.
All right,
so
let's
if
see.
you can absolutely snipe this
Snipe it with my eyes.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Here we go. We got the owners and players held their fourth consecutive day of meeting as the two sides continue to try and work out the new collective bargain agreement. Yet, once again, no substantial progress, literally in quotes, no substantial progress came from the session, according to the Athletics' Evan Drelich. Let's get to something important. I want to get to the details here of what exactly they're talking about. And one of the things here is you can see this chart is being broken down here. They're talking, one of the big things is talking about the draft lottery. And we talked about that before. That would take an effect in 2023. Okay, this is something that the MLB is, or MLBPA is proposing here.
Yeah.
All non-playoff teams would be included in the lottery. The odds of landing the first pick would be weighed by inverse, I'm sniping it, yes.
Inverse order of the previous season standings. I don't have my glasses. Fuck. It's like 2020 on one eye, guys. Like one eye is blind, one eye is 2020.
So close one eye.
Exactly. It's very difficult from here, but it's like, as follows. And then they kind of go down the list right here. It's like team one, you got a few percentile points. Team 2's got some percentile points as well. Kind of seems a little bit like the NHL.
Yeah.
Kind of how they do it a little bit.
I like how 1 through 3 are the exact same. So there's no like total tanking.
Total tank.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. It's just like, well, we're bad. We're bad. But, it's like we were trying for at least the first half.
Yeah, we were
shooting our shot for the first little bit.
Now we're the Nationals,
Yeah.
Now we're the Nationals.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Literally, plans changed halfway through.
Yep.
We pivoted and decided to screw this thing, go for a 15% chance.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, fair. I mean, like, all of this is fine and well and dandy and everything like that, folks.
Keep
but,
going.
yeah, like, very clearly, where is the big money? I want to talk about the big money right now and figure out, like, what in the holiest hell is going on with that, because that is what they are furthest apart right now. Like, I don't know the exact numbers, but the last time that we were looking at it is, like, all close to $100 million in one regard. It's like
there.
that's exactly where they are. So I'm very happy that like Rob Manfred actually decided to show up today for work. Because I did, you did, other people did.
Yeah.
So that's good to see. Maybe if he could continue doing that, like more, that would also be nice moving forward.
That would be. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, well, hey, maybe that's the reason why nothing was done today.
Why? Because Rob showed up?
Because Rob showed up.
Could be.
Maybe he's because look, nothing, like, I'm not that nothing was done today, but like, not like, when are we going to talk about the core stuff? Are we just going to get this like bull crap out of the way and we're going to like finick over this bull crap? And it's not bull crap, but compared to larger issues, it's very minuscule.
Right.
So it's like, are we going to just fiddle around with this until like we're like, oh, okay, now that we got that settled, now let's talk about the thing that's going to take even longer.
See, I think that it's kind of like, this is the warm-up, like, I guess to put it in perspective, it's like, this is like the foreplay right now. We're doing a little bit of foreplay. It's like we're getting everybody like ready to go for like the big time action, because we're still waiting. It still hasn't been kind of figured out like who's ready to make a concession. And that's, I know that I talked to you about this last time. I was just like, who do you think is going to be the first side to like make an actual concession? And I don't think that that's happened yet. So I think that we're going to beat around the bush until somebody's basically going to come out and say like, hey, this is nonsense. Like, we're really happy with our percentile points and everything like that. But like, maybe we should start talking about some money so maybe we can play some baseball,
Yeah, well, February 28th, that's the day. Anything that's going to happen?
No, definitely not.
No, because there's this whole thing about the deadline too. Like, a lot of players are being like, oh, the MLB union, they didn't accept this deadline. MLB just came out and said it. Like, MLB union was like, okay, yeah, let's work towards that deadline.
Right.
No, it was MLB making a media standpoint being like, oh, look, guys, we're setting a deadline. We're trying our best here. But they didn't agree upon it.
And you know what? I mean, like, I think that makes sense. Like, I hear what the MLB players are saying, but at the same point, like somebody's got to do it.
Yeah,
like,
someone's got to do it.
Did the players come back and be like, no, actually, March 5th? Did they come back and propose another thing? Like, I don't remember
like
hearing
when we're
about
planning
that,
a trip with the boys. It's like, okay, well, we're free this weekend,
right.
but and then like when the weekend's coming up, it's like, wait, no, I'm not available.
Right.
I didn't agree to this weekend. I agreed to whatever other weekend.
Sure. Yeah. It's like I hear what you're saying. It's just like, but that's kind of like. Like, did they agree to it? I don't think so, but they also weren't actively trying to make their own deadline either.
No, yeah, exactly. They just spoke out in the group chat out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, we did need to get it done. It's like we did have to get this done at a certain point.
Exactly.
It's like MLBPA, for you guys to spring train.
Yeah, it's like MLBPA. It's like, you don't understand. The beaches are closed. This is the last weekend we can go to the beach. We wanted to do a beach trip with the boys, and now it's
weird
like,
analogy that you're doing right now.
Yeah, but it works. So, and then
saying.
the MLBPA is like, wait, no. It's like, yo, you want to go to the beach in like October?
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
No.
So yeah, if you want to play baseball in April, then we do need to get it done by the end of February.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally. That's what's going on with the lockout right now, guys. Hopefully they can sort something out by this weekend.
Yep.
I'm not sure it's gonna happen. I don't think Adam is either, but we're definitely hopeful. Do we have any questions into the chat?
Right now, oh yes, we got Daryl Adams with a question.
Shout out Daryl Adams.
Always Daryl Adams. Shout out. Actually, I think I actually have his Patreon thing right here. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Shout out Patreon Daryl Adams. All right, so He asks, Nick and Adam, what good bullpen pitcher are out there the Jays could go after?
Oh, that's actually a very good question.
We haven't got to revisit it,
Yeah. You know what? This could be a great opportunity. We do have the computer in front of us. I'm not as familiar with all of the bullpen arms that are available right now. I'd love to take a look at them. I know that we actually did a video kind of like breaking down a few of the boys, and like, who did we have on? It was like Chauvin. Joe Kelly. Chafin, I guess. Yeah. I never figured out how you guys say his name.
Remember we did it right before it was Chafin,
right?
Chafin.
Okay. Yeah, Chafin right there. Joe Kelly was on it for sure. I actually have a great article that we can look at directly after you pull this up, and it's above potentially trading for Craig Kimbrell, and we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
Hold up, I thought we were gonna pull it up here actually.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Here, you can take control.
Okay. Yeah. It's hard for me to snipe it from here, but we'll try to get it done right now.
But I got a little thing here from Sport Rack while you're pulling that up. Is we got Raciel Iglesias. Did he already sign? No, he didn't.
I don't know.
Did he already sign? Why is he? No. This must be an old list because you got Kendall Craven, you got Hector Neris. No, this is an old list. I don't know why. Let's see the all statuses available. Update.
Here you go. Take over. We're on Spot Rack right now.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, because I know it's like we were definitely really in on Chafin, and that was kind of my guy moving forward. Like, he was the dude that I was very happy with and wanted to kind of pursue.
Yeah, he's my number one. Daryl Adams, he is my number one, dude. Absolutely, 100%. He's my number one.
Yeah, I agree. He was like 100% like on my list of guys to go after.
Andrew Miller.
Who the hell is Andrew Miller?
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, who the hell is goddamn Andrew Miller? See, there's a bunch of guys. I was actually looking at the free agents a while ago, and it's like there's a bunch of dudes who like I didn't even know about, like the Andrew Millers. And I remember, do you remember I ran into that one guy who I was like, oh, Bo Bichette. I like Bo Bichette.
Yeah, he's just like in my search history.
Yeah, he's just like the one that we go to the most.
Yeah.
But do you remember that one guy in Colorado, the pitcher, who I was like pretty happy with?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I forget his goddamn name. But
I forget his name,
like, he was
too.
a starter, and then he wasn't a starter. He was like a relief pitcher as well. Like, I was happy with that guy. I wanted that guy too. Andrew Miller, you're a crap hole.
475. Yeah, why am I even okay? Why not even look at that guy?
No, I don't know.
Why not even look up that guy?
I'm not sure. But Chafin, to answer your question, man, like that's definitely the dude that I want. And Del Kermis coming in here with the actual facts. Chafin, Diekman, Watson, Shreve are four good lefties.
Diekman is a guy that I know he didn't have like the best year ever in terms of his career, and I did want to look him up here. Diekman. Deek like that? Yes. Diekman. All right. Diekman, because he had a great year. Yeah, he had a great year in 2020. You know, great 2 months of 0.42. But then he had a 386. But everything before that, not really jumping out to me.
373 career, like that's pretty good. 10-year career, you know.
Like I think most of it, 2016, 2017, but like 2018, 2019. He had a great year in 2020, but then better.
I mean, honestly,
how much money do you think he's gonna be?
Let's take a look. I don't know about that, but I'm not sure about the money. But like, I'd imagine like that decently cheap, and somebody who it's like I'd be fine to throw in the back half, you know.
Yeah.
Like throwing the back half with potential for upside too, because what is he, like 34 years old, 35?
Yeah, 35.
You know, like,
he hasn't really made that much. Oh, yeah, he had 2 years, 7.5.
He's not going to make that much.
Yeah, maybe he makes like 3 million, 4 million a year. Okay, that. Sure. I'm down for Jake Diekman.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd do some Jake Diekman as well. One thing I want to take a quick look at, guys, is this great article from, to kind of answer this question as well. It's from Bleacher Report. And I'll be honest, folks, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Bleacher Report.
I don't like Bleacher Report because they're more like opinionated like articles, and I mean we're kind of opinionated too. So
yeah, well, I guess so. I guess I just don't like their opinion. You know what I mean?
I don't like them. Also, hello Tristan Morgan. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going? Also, guys, if you have a question in capital letters, put it in the box. And I know there's not a lot of baseball news to talk about right now, but you can ask us anything. This is the Wine on Wine. We're just having fun.
Yeah, and it's this one right here, dude. It's this one right here.
I mean, hey.
Okay, so let me take a look at this right here, guys. So after narrowly missing out on a playoff berth in 2021, the Toronto Blue Jays will look to realize their potential as an American League superpower in 2022. I hear that. I'm all about that. Thank you very much, Bleacher. Yeah, you've locked me in so far. Still, it's no secret their bullpen could use a proper closer, and if the Jays would rather not do a multi-year deal with Kenley Jansen in free agency, fellow veteran Craig Kimbrell will be there as a trade alternative.
First of all, I'm offended by the term that he said, proper closer. Is Jordan Romano not a proper closer?
Maybe not to the
not
average,
to the public,
and average fan.
He's a closer.
I agree. I do agree, and I think like most Jays fans kind of inherently understand that at this point. But maybe like he's definitely not broken onto the stage. Like
he's underrated.
I understand, and I understand.
I think maybe one more year of that dominance, and like I think. If anyone questions that he's not a closer or that someone should come in and replace him.
Yeah.
Granted, Craig Kimbrell's great.
Yes.
But one more year, and I think he's got it.
I agree. All right. Like with the Rays and Kevin Kiermaier, there isn't much question as to the Chicago White Sox willingness to move Kimbrell, which is the first thing I disagree with. I don't think that they're like 100% wanting to move him just to dump money, which is then when they go on to argue. Yet he comes with a hefty $16 million salary for 2022, not to mention concerns about his status as an elite reliever after he crumbled to the tune of a 5.09 ERA with the South Side in 2021.
If they didn't want his contract, they could have got rid of him this year.
That's what I mean. And that's
like I think it was like $8 million. I'm not 100%, but I believe it was like $8 million would have been like the compensation for getting rid of his contract.
Yeah.
But still, you're saving $8 million.
And then they go on to say it's just like the Toronto Blue Jays get Craig Kimbrell and cash, and the White Sox get infielder Samad Taylor, who I have no idea who that is at all. I literally do not know. So somebody tell me who that is, because I don't know. But it's like they're basically saying that we could just trade for free to get this guy. And I think if that's an actual reality as to like something that could happen, like why haven't we done that already?
Wait, okay. So proposed deal. I see at the bottom. Samad Taylor, Craig Kimbrell, and cash. Yeah. I never heard of Samad Taylor. I will definitely take Craig Kimbrell and cash.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that's like the easiest trade in the world.
Yeah, so it's like I saw that and I'm just like sure, I know that he had a 5.09 ERA, but it's like screw it. Like who the hell is this?
I don't care.
I don't even know who
we have the cap space, dude.
Yeah.
We can do it. Who's Samad Taylor?
No idea. Couldn't even tell you, dude. I have no idea.
That is dumb.
But apparently the Bleacher Report says that we can basically get Craig Kimbrell for free if we want to. Also, Austin, shout out. I'm drinking some seltzer this evening. Adam's got the wine going.
I got the wine. It's going to get pretty... Actually, maybe I should continue drinking so I can get silly.
Absolutely.
Still don't have any... here we got one from AJ Morash saying, how much bullpen do they need? Merriweather, Stripling, and Pearson are still around. We still need bullpen. AJ. We're going to need to get at least one more. If not two for fun. You know?
Yeah. Two for fun would definitely be more fun than one. And yeah, it's like, again, I'm all in on Jordan Romano. I'm all in on, Adam Simber. I'm all in on all these guys right up until the moment that I'm not in on them. And they, just regress because that's what bullpen guys do, and they're volatile. It's like they're just like, oh, we're just bad now. You
always need, and you now you're seeing like the common theme. It's like, I know you've watched baseball for a minute, but like I remember even back in 2015, 2014, like it was just a revolving door. There's very rarely a dude that just sticks. Very rarely.
Right.
Like we thought we had it with Joe Biagini. Who remembers Joe Biagini? What happened to him? Like one and a half year, and then he was gone, right? Granted, he's a Rule 5 draft pick. But then after that, gone, right? Roberto Osuna. Well, he was really good. Then he decided to commit crimes.
Yeah, he did other crap that wasn't good,
Now, what is he? He's nothing, right?
He's nothing, dude. He's nothing. But yeah, we definitely need some more bullpen for certain folks. I had something interesting to talk about because in that article, or actually we can take a look at the article right now. It's on MLB Trade Rumors, and I do want to pull it up unless we got another question in there.
Yeah, we do have a question from Courtney Coe. And Courtney Coe, I feel like I haven't seen you in the chat. If you happen to chat, please, my apologies, but welcome. Welcome, Courtney. They're saying, what is tougher in American League? What is better in National League training to make them come back? Name 2 teams. Okay, wait. Let me dissect this question here. What is tougher in American League? What is better in National League? Okay. What is tougher in the American League? Let's take that piece out.
Getting the 9th hitter out.
What is better in the National League?
Getting the 9th hitter out.
Correct.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I guess this last part to make name 2 teams to make a comeback. I'm just rewording your question here, Courtney.
Right.
Name 2 teams to make a comeback
this season that are gonna like make a comeback.
Yeah.
I think that the Mets have got to be on everybody's list as like potential bounce back teams. And I feel like the media has just all of a sudden like totally jumped off of the Padres train.
Yeah,
it's like I don't hear anything about the Padres anymore. And I understand like they definitely did have a bad season last year. Like they did not meet expectations. People were getting pissed off.
Yeah.
But they still have potentially the best infield in the entire MLB. They could still have an incredible pitching rotation if some of their dudes return to form. I think that their bullpen's okay. So it's like if their coaching and management just like gets their boys like under wrap and like makes like a few smaller deals or something like that, the Padres could very easily be pushing 90, 95 wins in my opinion.
And you're right. Like I personally have been a victim of like being like, no, like, the Padres are. I kind of forgot about them. They're done.
Yeah, I forgot about them too. And it's
because my expectations were here, and they were way down here. They literally hit my floor of expectations.
100%. They hit the floor.
They actually went lower than my floor.
They hit about the floor for me.
How many wins did they get?
I think I still got like 78 wins, dude.
Yeah, like going under 500, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not expect that.
No, I didn't expect that either. But like that was kind of like the floor of expectations. You literally like everybody kind of hit what you like the bottom of the barrel there. We were scraping the bottom of the barrel, and that's a scary thing because the Padres coming into last year. 79 wins? 79 wins. The Padres coming into last year, guys, like they were looked at better than the Blue Jays.
Yeah, 100%. Now we're way above the Padres.
That's what's kind of scary to me. It's like very like I know that we're talking about our team as if it's a sure thing right now.
But
it's like
the same thing could happen.
The same thing could happen, right? It's like we could just like all of a sudden fall apart. No. Yeah. So it's like we do need some more bullpen guys. We need to get some other stuff too. Let's take a quick look at MLB trade rumors article coming in. And it's the one. Where are you, MLB trade rumors?
At the top left.
Give me here. I want to look at some Freddie Freeman news right now, guys. I want to look at some potential. Oh goddamn! What are you doing?
Here.
Freaking thing's doing weird
shit. Technology.
Yeah.
There we go.
So look at this, folks. Look at this. This is exciting stuff right now, guys. Freddie Freeman. It's been reported that he is gonna make this comes from multiple sources. We're talking about Ken Rosenthal, a couple other reporters, and I do want to stress, like, what do these guys know? Probably not that much, but I mean, like, they might know something. So they are under the impression that Freddie Freeman is going to make his decision within 48 hours. It will be publicly known that he's going to sign with a team within 48 hours after the lockout. So it's going to be like pretty immediate. Like we got to get on the lives pretty soon, once this thing gets done. It's like, yeah, exactly.
Blue Jays.
Exactly. And then they go on to talk about in this article, they say basically it's like, look at all these names, these familiar names. Where's my mouse right now? Look at all these names. George Springer, Kevin Gausman, Jose Barrios. These are the Blue Jays that they're talking about right now as being potentially the guys because the Atlanta Braves seemingly are falling out of this race right now. It's like they've left the window open and the reports are like Freddie Freeman could be looking elsewhere. And we seem to be the dudes that are like in this mix right now.
Nick, you're getting me into fantasy land right now. I just got a whiff of like seeing Freddie Freeman coming to the Blue Jays and like, holy God.
It seems ridiculous.
Would we have the number one lineup in baseball?
Well, I was just gonna go on to say, it's like where do you bat them? Like, what's their lineup look like then?
Yeah. Oh my God.
With Freddie Freeman, what is their lineup?
He's a clear three, but excuse me, but so is Vlad.
Yeah.
All right. Choking on my own excitement.
That's okay. Yeah. Choke on that excitement, bro.
But like, yeah, where two?
I
feel like 2 is the best fit.
It'd either be 2 or 3. Like either Vlad's batting 2 and Freeman's batting 3, or like Guerrero's batting 3 and Freeman's batting 2.
If you're gonna bank that Vlad does what he does last year or some version of it, then he would bat 3 because he had a better year than Freeman. So I would say, yeah, wow. Oh
but their skills are so interchangeable, you know.
Yeah, they're basically the same guy.
Basically the same dude. Like Vlad's probably got a bit more pop at this point in his career, you know.
Does, yeah.
But it's like, you know, Freeman, like he gets on. Like he's just like such a good, talented hitter in Freeman. So it's like we'd have no problem. And it's like you have like a top 3 of like George Springer, Freddie Freeman, Vladdy, Bichette, Tio, and the Lord. And it's like, who gives a crap about like who the last 3 are? It doesn't even matter at that point, you know?
Dude, and the funny thing is the last 3 is going to be like Kirk,
Biggio,
Espinal.
You know, like.
Would it be that? Oh, yeah, I guess someone could DH in there. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I think
that would be it. Those are our best players.
Wow.
You know, those are all of our best players.
Now, if we do get Freeman, we talk about this a lot. Does Freeman, what do you think? 'Cause I've said my opinion a lot of, like, I think there's going to be an obvious first base DH split between Freeman and Vladdy. What do you think?
Like that, and that's kind of the problem that I keep going back to here, folks, with the whole Freddie Freeman thing. It's just like, even though we're in on it and our management wants a lefty bat, it's like, do you really go after a guy where you already have a guy that is maybe going to win MVP there? It's like, we are like
2 MVP
it's
first
like, literally,
baseman.
it's like we are playing overkill right now on the first baseman spot. And don't get me wrong, like everybody needs a good first baseman. That's a very important position to have in baseball. And Freddie Freeman is probably better defensively than Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Gold
Glover, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really good. You want to play him, but it's like you also kind of want to play Vlad too. So I don't even know, man. Like,
what do you do? I guess you have to have that conversation with both of them, right? Before he even thinks about signing, right? Before he even go to Freeman, you got to talk to Vlad, right? Because like just like they did with Bo Bichette when they were going for Marcus Semien, they're like, hey, listen, like we want you to be the shortstop, right? So they got to go in and either say, hey, Vlad, we still want you to be the first baseman, or they come in and they're like, well, if you're going to sign, this is the difference. Freddie Freeman's long-term. Marcus Semien's a 1-year rental. So when you're bringing in Freddie Freeman, it's like, okay, well, you can't have Freddie, you can't tell him you're going to play a certain position this whole like part of your career. Like you're going to play like DH now. You're a permanent DH.
Right.
Yeah, that's not as good. I think if I'm Freddie, and most MLB players will attest to this, is that they want to play in the field.
Yeah.
And so does Vlad. So
yeah.
What do you do? Do you give Vlad an ultimatum?
I think that you have to talk to him, and I think that you need to say, it's like, hey, dude, like, we believe that our best chance to win a World Series right now is to get 2 potential MVPs on this team. You know, I know that it might not be what you want, but like, what is your comfort level at potentially moving over to that third base bag again and seeing what you can do there? You know, it's like, would you be okay with that if it means that we could potentially go and win a World Series? And I think if you frame it in that way, and Vlad is obviously like, he's got to be okay with it. Like he's got to be at a place defensively over there and comfortability wise that you can do that. Then, I mean, if I'm Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I'm like, fuck yeah, I want Freddie Freeman hitting before me so then I can get a crap load of RBIs.
Yeah, I agree. And Ryan just prompted me to think about this. He said, I would love having a Canadian Freddie Freeman on our team. You know what's funny? Because he is Canadian. He was born in Canada, but born in the States. Same thing happened to Vlad. Born in Canada, grew up in the Dominican Republic.
Hey, maybe the boys can learn something right there, you know? Maybe they can learn something. I don't know. Like, maybe there's a little bit of a bond going on or some crap like this that I'm not aware of. Like, Canadians sticking together. I don't know. One thing that I think is, like, super exciting about this article, too, before we switch back to us, is right here, where is it? Has been, okay, in quotation marks. Trying to get this. I'm trying to get right there. Yeah, it is. Large increase in payroll in quotation marks right there. Now that is something that we are getting talked about a lot with.
Blue Jays have been given ownership approval. So like Rogers has given the Blue Jays management a large increase in payroll.
That is correct. That is correct. And then they go on later in that article to talk about how the other teams that are going to be in on this are some massive payrolls as well in the New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers, you know? And And I think like the fact that they are comparing us to them, because the Dodgers and the Yankees are both like 210 million, I think even higher than that, right? I think they're both above the luxury tax right now, guys. Like they are like high up in the freaking.
The Yankees, weren't they just below it this year? But
they're very, very close. Yeah, and I know that the last time I looked at the Dodgers, they were like 214 million. So like they're like right there as well. Like they're just slightly above it right now. And the fact that they're starting to compare the Toronto Blue Jays to those two teams when it comes to money and when it comes to a large payroll says to me that maybe we have more money to go that it's like we don't know about. You know, like maybe we're selling ourselves a little bit short here, and maybe just maybe, and this is getting real fucking optimistic here, maybe just maybe we can have a chance to sign Freeman and keep both of the young guys as well.
That's true. Also, I need to check my mic. Sorry, I was kind of looking at. Adam, I don't know if it's me, but your mic is very quiet, and I do see that. It looks like it's frozen or something. But anyways, keep going while I try and figure this out.
Well, that is my thoughts, folks, and I want to hear in the comments right now or in the chat basically what you guys think about that. Like the large payroll thing right now, as far as money goes, I think the Blue Jays have something like $60 million to play with, a little bit more than that maybe, to play with before we hit the luxury tax. Are we going to start turning into a squad like the Yankees, like the Dodgers, who are kind of ping-ponging themselves back and forth over and under the luxury cap, or the luxury tax, excuse me, so that we can sign these dudes and like make massive World Series runs for like a decade or something like that? I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. Thank you, the Hockey Kid, for bringing that up. Thank you. Didn't even know. You never know. Okay, so Courtney Coe coming back at us with another question here. Who, and again, I gotta dissect the wording a little bit here. Who's gonna be good in the American League Central? Y'all, comeback player, all-star. Google win the Cy Young Award. Okay, so basically, who's the comeback player of the year? Who's the Cy Young Award winner? Win the batting award, salad pit, maybe the batting title, and maybe I'm assuming that you're using like Google Translate or something. Maybe that's why it's coming out a little bit different. But I'm dissecting it here. So okay, let's start with this. Who's going to win comeback player of the year? This is an interesting topic that we haven't really thought about.
No, I haven't thought about this at all, dude. Well, who was dead last year? Okay, there's a few guys that come to mind already. Oh, Thor comes to mind to me a little bit.
Huge.
Could be a dude who is like potentially like if he comes out like really good, like that could definitely be a guy right there.
Acuna.
I was gonna say Acuna as well, because it's like and that's the thing, like what kind of classifies as comeback player of the year? Because Acuna played like half the year last year, and then obviously like he got very injured, and like that sucks.
It does have to. A lot of it's injury too, right? Like sometimes it's injury, sometimes it's like poor performance. Like I know Josh Donaldson won comeback player of the year after he got healthy, and he was performing bad. So I guess it's a mixture of both. Because I think Trey Mancini won comeback player.
Was he the winner last year?
I am not 100%, but I know he was like definitely one of the front runners.
Take a look at that, and other potential guys too. Like, would DeGrom classify? Like, was he hurt enough to classify? Like, I feel like
he was out for a decent amount.
I feel like DeGrom won't be in it because it's like he'll just be in the Cy Young conversation.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, he'll just be like, can you really win comeback player and Cy Young at the same time? Like, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I guess he could.
Thor could. Think about it.
That's
right?
true. Yeah,
I
guess Thor could. I guess they just look at DeGrom differently. It's like he was so good last year that it's like I feel like he didn't like. It's like he didn't miss as much time as the other guys.
No,
so like,
but he was so dominant.
It was just like he was so good. I'm just like, how could you possibly come back from that? I know you got hurt, but like it doesn't even make sense.
It's like if he wasn't that dominant, but then came back and had that supposed season, like he was supposed to have that season, then he definitely win Cy Young and comeback player. So it was Trey Mancini for the American League, and then Buster Posey for the National League.
Oh, Buster Posey.
He didn't play in 2020.
That is true. That is true right there.
He did come back and dominate.
Yeah. And I mean, like, who are some other guys that like just weren't there? Like, okay, this is a dude who it's like he could do it just based off of poor performance? I don't think so. Like, he'd have to really do it, but it's like Christian Yelich, if he returns to...
Oh, yeah,
like,
you'd have to really do it.
If he returns to what he did in 2018 and 2019 again, like the 1.1 OPS, like insanity, then he could definitely be in that conversation as well, I think.
I'm trying to look around their league, and I know that there's some guys...
What about Trout? Would Trout classify?
Yeah, Trout might.
You know?
Yeah, it's tough because all these guys like Acuna, Trout, like they weren't struggling.
No, they weren't. That's the thing.
They
it's
were
like,
playing for a lot of the time.
They were straight up like in the MVP
Dominating.
conversation for like 60% of the season, and then missed out on like some of. That's why I think like Thor, for instance, would be a really good one. Did Cookie Carrasco even play last year?
Not at all.
Not at all. So it's like he could be in that conversation too. Like if he bounces back, you know, but that would be a little bit difficult. Cookie Carrasco. Man. Never think about him. He's a guy that they have with some actual upside, just chilling.
Because he had cancer a while back, and then he got injured again.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
he has had a rough go at it, dude. Like he's been grinding out here to try to get back on the freaking mound.
I think it was at the end of 2019 we got diagnosed, and then it was like 2020, 2021. He missed I think he missed all the season. Wow, it's been a while. I want him to come back.
Yeah, I feel for Cookie Carrasco, dude. Like he deserves it.
He was good.
And that's the thing. It's like somebody like that. I'm just like I want to give you freaking comeback play of the league. Like I want you to give me a reason to give you that and be like, buddy, like you came back. Like you grinded yourself to get back here on the freaking
He
line.
would be a huge comeback player of the year candidate.
Yeah. So that's kind of who we have going for comeback player of the year. A few guys right there. And then like
Cy Young.
That
one's so hard.
It's just like,
because there's so many guys.
There are so many dudes. There are so many guys.
How about an underdog like that you have? Like, you know, like let's not pick the Coles and the Groms.
Yeah,
because
I do think that that's definitely the easiest way to go,
choice.
You know?
How about, because I know that like last year, for example, and actually Jake from John Boy Media nailed it. He picked Corbin Burns, and he won it.
He did.
Yeah. So who's that you see is up and coming that has a chance to win it? We'll start with American League.
Yeah, I'm trying to go around the American League right now and see like who's got the best shot. Trying to figure out some teams right now.
The guy on Houston. He was up for Rookie of the Year. No, not Javier.
I know who
I want to say it's like named like Louis something.
Frambler, no, Louis.
No, not Frambler.
God damn it. Who the hell is it?
Houston Astros rotation.
I think Alek Manoah's kind of up there for Cy Young, actually. Like,
yeah, definitely. I was gonna say,
you know,
he's potential.
I mean, I don't
underdog.
I don't believe that it's going to happen. Like, I just think that that's
Louis Garcia.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, and frankly, I don't think it's going to happen for Louis Garcia either. Like, I just think it's so much pressure for a second year like that. Especially because it's like now, like Alek Manoah kind of had it good in the sense that he came up and all the pressure was put on Nate Pearson.
Yeah,
you know, it's like no one was talking about Alek Manoah at all. And then it's like, so we were definitely talking about him.
But just that year.
But just that, just at that moment, just when it was like, oh wait, we have this guy too.
Yeah.
You know, and he's kind of exploded on the scene. Now no one's talking about Nate Pearson anymore.
Nobody.
Everyone's talking about Alek Manoah.
Exactly.
You know, it's like the eyeball is on you right now, dude. So it's like, I think that like he's got a shot, but I don't know about it. Like,
hey, Del Kermis, AJ, and the Hot Kid are all saying Alek Manoah.
Maybe
it's a bit of bias, bit of Blue Jay bias,
probably a little bit of Blue Jays bias in there for sure.
But another guy, here's another comeback player of the year is Shane Bieber.
Oh, that'd be a great comeback player of the year.
Yeah, because I was also thinking about like Cy Young Award.
Yeah.
But another guy could possibly be Lucas Giolito. Underdog guy.
Yeah.
I think he started picking up near the end.
Yes, yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, Lucas Giolito is somebody that we kind of forget about in that White Sox rotation. Obviously, they got Lance Lynn, and like you don't forget about him either in the Cy Young conversation. Like he'll probably be there too.
And Dylan Cease is actually becoming a pretty good stud.
Dylan Cease as well. Yeah. Like they have that. Jesus Christ, that is a good baseball team.
It is a good baseball team.
Everybody underrates the White Sox, man. They're like, I remember we were talking about them in the thing. They're just like, how do you have White Sox at like 5 or something in our
really? So who said that?
Somebody commented it. I'm not really sure. Yeah, who said it? God damn it, ridiculousness, man. But yeah, it's like I think so. Like I think they're deserving. You know, absolutely. Like they've been in the conversation for like a minute now, so it's like White Sox for sure.
And the great thing about their offseason too is that they don't have to do that much. I think they're like one contract away from being at the salary cap,
Yeah,
like
they're
a $10
chilling.
million contract.
They're
so
literally chilling.
They can go. They can just do whatever they want, and their team's all set.
Yeah, they're absolutely
Not
chilling.
really losing anybody.
And then on the NL side of things, like, oof, I don't know, man. Like, that is a tough one as well. Like,
Oh yeah, underdog. Well, I really think Jack Flaherty is in the wings waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Jack
You know?
Flaherty's right there to go, and like he's never gonna get. He might not win it at all, just because like he's never gonna get talked about, and he probably won't pick up any wins or anything like that. But like Zach Gallen, like he is like primed for a breakout sort of thing.
Yeah, he won't win it.
No,
That's the
he'll just
problem.
never
He'd
win
have
it.
to like so dominate.
He'd like literally have to like that's the thing. Like, what is he gonna get? Like 10 wins, maybe a bit more than
Yeah.
that, maybe a bit more. Like
But
if he
then-
dominated, but
if you go like 10-9, but if you have like a 2.14 ERA, like
yeah, I guess it's just like I hate how the MLB like for Cy Young anyways they do kind of prioritize the win stat or like they look at it anyways. They
look
do
at
give it
everything
some weight,
too.
you
They
know?
look at everything too, right? They look at like for example with Zach Wheeler, he was dominant, but he pitched the most.
He did pitch the
You know,
most innings.
he was the
you know?
most
He did pitch
valuable
the most
pitcher
innings there.
because he
so,
pitched
like,
the most
that is
innings.
definitely important. Yeah.
Yo, that kid's saying my AL Cy Young favorites are Gosman, Barrios, Pearson, Manoah, Stripling, and Ryu. Woo!
Yeah, that would be nice, dude. If we literally had every single one of them in the Cy Young conversation, like
Yeah.
I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, but actually for real though, Barrios.
I was thinking about maybe saying Barrios too, and I think that he is gonna like he could.
It's there. I don't.
It is there. It is
here's
there,
the
man.
thing. It's like when I think about people like a Jack Flaherty, like I think that's like he could jump so easily in my mind. Where Barrios, his whole career, the pattern is I get slowly better.
Right.
I get slowly better. Where he's not in a range yet where it's like he could jump. But based on history, it's like he's gonna slowly get better. Maybe he'll win a Cy Young in 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
know?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and I mean, we'll probably end up making a podcast on this at some point anyways, guys, but like, where do you kind of see Jose Barrios going this year, you know? Because I do see what you're saying. Like, I understand that the trend is kind of like slowly upwards,
Slowly.
but very rarely does, you know, sports like to be as
Nothing
kind and
does
nice
that.
like
Yeah,
that, you know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, oh yeah, like he'll be up here and then he'll slowly go down. You know?
Guerrero will keep going
Yeah,
up.
forever and ever.
He's not done yet. He's 22,
No,
23.
No. Yeah, it's like it's so hard to predict, but what do you kind of see for Jose Barrios this coming year?
I see a solid like 340, 350.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm expecting at least. And if he gives me like a 370, like sure, fine, I'll take it. But I think that's what we're expecting. You know, what about you?
Yeah, that's fine. You know, like that's fine. I'd be okay with it. Like
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just give me a
I'd
340.
be okay. Like, I mean, you know, at the same point, though, I do kind of want to see, like, I'm getting a little bit more higher on the fact, like, he will be an ace at some point. And, you know, like, I want low 3. Like, low, you know?
Like
Low.
320.
Like, 3. You know?
The lowest of the threes. Like, give me that.
Like, 3.00. You know, like, I want that.
Yeah. That would be really nice.
That would be really nice. I don't know if he's gonna do it this year, but like I'll still take it.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe my expectations should be a bit higher. Maybe I should
Yeah.
go
You know,
for,
it's
like,
just
a
like that's the
323.
thing. You know, it's like if you're talking about like a steady increase, a steady growth, like when is he gonna grow? It's gonna have to be now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and if there's any time that he's gonna break out at any point, guys, it's like he's 27 years old right now. Right? You know? He's got like 5 years in the league, 6 years in the league behind him.
Lots of time.
You know?
Dude, we're talking about like Louis Castillo being like, oh, he's only, what, 26?
Yeah.
27?
26, 27, yeah.
He's the same age.
Same shit. Same
exactly.
shit, you know?
Same shit.
Yeah.
Why can't he break out?
He can.
He can.
He absolutely can.
What the hell?
Yeah.
He's not capped.
And he will.
Also, guys, comment your questions in the chat box. We got 11 likes. If you haven't already, drop a like, please. We would really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because we like to go live for these, and we appreciate your support. You got a question?
Yeah, I do, dude. So I don't know if you saw, and like this just goes to show the extent of this offseason right now and how dead baseball news is as a whole. Guerrero went live.
I just saw you look at the keys to yourself, and you went. Sorry, that was funny.
Guerrero went live on Instagram, yesterday or the day before, something like that.
Was he working out?
I don't know if he was working out or not. I know he was answering questions.
Fun. In Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know, Adam. I'm not sure about this. Like, I imagine so. I guess.
Wait, you didn't see the live?
No,
sorry, I'm interrupting.
I'm reading up on the live. There's a story talking about this because somebody asked him, Vlad, do you have the Toronto Blue Jays offered you a contract extension? Have they had that conversation with you yet? Like, is there anything that's going on in that regard?
Pour some wine.
And very quickly, this was shut down immediately with a short and like literally it was just like no and moving on. Like it was like nothing regards to that at all. And there's been like a few little Blue Jays articles kind of just like speculating a little bit, being like, what does that mean? Like, you know, I don't want to be the type of media that's going to like, you know, be like
change the narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Change the narrative or anything like that. Like, we know absolutely nothing about this whatsoever. But what we do know, as long as Vladdy is telling the truth, is that the Toronto Blue Jays have not engaged in any long-term extension conversations with Vlad up until this point. That's what we kind of learned from that. And I was curious to know, do you have any thoughts on such things?
My thoughts is that is absolutely fair, guys. Like, first of all, we've been on lockout, so they can't have any conversations. The owners, or excuse me, the management has been so busy with trying to bring in free agents that there's no time to talk about a contract extension with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now, I hope that if they do come back from a lockout soon, that they do talk to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette very soon, because we have discussed it several times on this channel that if you wait any longer, dude, we're talking way well above $300 million for the both of them. I think Vlad's already there. I think Bo Bichette, if you wait one more year, he's going to definitely get there.
Yeah.
Because he's very comparable to Carlos Correa, who's already commanding a little bit over $300 million. So, yeah, I think it should be time once they come back. Once they end that free agency frenzy, once we get close to the beginning of the season, that's the time.
Well, and frankly, it's just like if the Blue Jays management can take anything from these CBA and these lockout conversations, it should be that, hey, maybe we should start talking about this crap a little bit earlier than the deadline. Because sometimes when we wait right up until the last second and procrastinate things, we end up losing out on baseball. And in this case, it would mean losing out on our star player if we decide that we're going to wait until like the last 2 years of his thing. It's like, you don't need to get a deal going right now. You don't need to put numbers on the table. You need to put pen to paper. But if you do just start the conversation now and just get the ball rolling so it then starts percolating in Vlad's head, hey, I could be a Blue Jay for life. I could get my jersey retired here. I could sit, like, my family could live here. All of these things. Like, you just want to get that ball rolling in a player's head, I think. So then they can start picturing their future as a potential Blue Jay forever, rather than letting it go on for a long time, being like, oh, well, maybe I will be with another team one day. You don't want to let him get those thoughts. You don't want to let him start having those conversations.
Lock it down.
Yeah, literally. You know, it's just like I will be with you forever.
And that's what I want.
Me too.
I love Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, as you should, man.
I love this man. This guy is like literally like brings joy. Like he is actually the most. He's the longest Blue Jay other than Danny Jansen. I mean, I don't have the same feelings for you, Danny. I'm so sorry. But like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. like has been there since even 2018 before it even came up. I knew about this man, and I want this man to be the core, the heart of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, I agree, dude. So I think that they just need to start the conversation. I don't think that we need to sign them for a year or 2 years or anything like that, but just make it known to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. like we are going to we're going to do this, you know, we're going to make this happen eventually. Like, I have intentions with you, you know? Yeah, it's like
exactly.
Long-term intentions.
Let them know.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think, exactly. As soon as they come back. Ooh, then we got Mantis saying, just playing devil's advocate. If you're Vlad or Bo, is there any chance that you're signing a high $200 million, low $300 million deal based on how salaries are increasing? Absolutely not, and that's absolutely fair. That is absolutely fair, my friend, because, yeah, they are not dumb. They have MLB fathers. They know that the market is going to continue to rise, and they know that by the time they hit free agency, they're going to be worth like $400 million.
This is part of the problem, yeah, and I like that you're talking about inflation too, and I think that's why I'm starting to look more and more at Bo Bichette, not only just from his talent standpoint, but from what the money is doing, and the fact like, well, hey, like if they do agree on a luxury tax increase of a bunch. Well, that means that the elite players are going to be asking for that much more.
And honestly, I think that's a great thing for baseball too. And this is kind of getting sidetracked from what we're currently talking about. But it's like that's why they need to have a high CBT because players are starting to ask for $40 million.
Yeah.
Like the elites are starting to ask for $40 million. I can't pay you 1/5 of my payroll. Sorry. That's a lot.
Okay.
I got 25 people to pay.
Okay, but then let me pose this question to you then. Will it not be one of those things where it's like a snowball effect where, okay, well, we'll make it $250 million. That's the luxury tax standpoint.
Now
I'm asking for $50 million.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not too well educated on the history of, when CBT increases and well, the payroll goes. But all I know is that the payroll over time has been steadily increasing. It's always been well, if he's getting paid that much and I'm that player plus inflation, I need a little bit more, right? So it's always been kind of slowly stacking on top of each other. I'm not sure, but I mean, you could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
And I do think realistically, guys, the 400 million mark, if Vlad does what he did again, if he is in the MVP conversation, if he wins MVP, it's that is a number that could be on the table. If Bo Bichette is an all-star again, if he is third in MVP voting or whatever he finished, I think fourth maybe.
Who?
Bo? 4?
12.
12?
Yeah.
In MVP?
12. Yeah.
Really?
I did look it up the other day. Yeah.
No way.
Can you imagine if he was 4 though? We'd have Vlad, Marcus, and him.
Wow. Who the fuck was above him?
I don't know. Maybe a pitcher. Maybe.
That's so stupid. I remember he was in there for a little minute.
Maybe Robbie Ray.
Is Robbie Ray really?
I'm gonna look it up. I know that even though you get Cy Young, you still can get.
Well, yeah, you could get MVP as well. I guess if you were the most dominant, the best season of all time ever at a pitcher. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I could see Bo definitely commanding a bunch based off of inflation as well. But hopefully, honestly, again, if the thing does rise, if our salary cap does rise, well, then maybe we can pay more.
Oh, okay. So it goes. So Shohei Ohtani, obviously, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Marcus Semien, Aaron Judge, Carlos Correa, Jose Ramirez, Salvador Perez. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Matt Olson, Cedric Mullins, Brandon Lowe, Rafael Devers, and then Bo Bichette.
I think he got slept on a little bit there. Maybe a little bit of voting fatigue, considering the Blue Jays.
Well, actually, his OPS is the lowest out of all that top 12.
Yeah.
Just based on OPS.
Yeah. But production-wise, he was right there. I guess, if you're going off of just like a slash line standpoint, then I do understand.
Yeah.
But on production standpoint.
Because that's the thing is we were a run scoring machine, the Toronto Blue Jays, right?
We
so
were.
That's an effect of being on a great team. Whereas Cedric Mullins, only 91 runs and 59 RBIs, but there's no one to drive in.
That is true. And Cedric Mullins, literally, how many bags did he steal? 30?
I stole 30.
He literally had a 30-30 season. And actually, the craziest thing about Cedric Mullins, guys, is literally, so he hit 30 home runs, but he had 59 RBIs.
Yeah.
So literally more than half of his RBIs were his home runs.
Yep.
Maybe one of the craziest stats in baseball.
That is wild.
That shows a horrible baseball team that you were on.
Shows you how bad they were, man. When you look at Bo Bichette, who only had 29 home runs, and he drove in 102.
102.
That's a little bit less than a third.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And
that's ridiculous.
And literally, it's their batting averages were very similar. His OPS was less than Cedric Mullins.
Yeah. Cedric Mullins drove in himself more than he drove in his teammates.
Yes, this is right. This is correct. Stupidity. It's that just goes to show, man. I feel for that guy. It's you want to talk about a guy doing it all.
Yeah,
that's literally everything.
Man.
And then half of the time that he did get scored, or he had to steal bases to get it done.
Dude, bro, he's us, but on MLB The Show. we only hit homers.
Literally. Yeah, literally. It's just that's the only way that we're getting any runs at all. It's just we have to drive them in ourselves.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a year. Look at Vladdy. Man, it's literally, look at I know you guys can't see it, but the bolded and italicized numbers that you're seeing on Baseball Reference, meaning that he led the league either in the AL or the whole major leagues. He has the most. But the only reason why Shohei Ohtani won is because, this. Pitching stats. I pointed to the pitching stats.
Yeah, and frankly, too, it's like just based off of a hitting standpoint, Ohtani might have been just second. You know? So it's like Ohtani might have been second. If he didn't pitch at all, he might have been second in MVP.
Yeah, he would have.
And then it's like just off of hitting. So then to also throw on a 3.18 ERA over 130 innings. It's like
that's messed up.
Yeah, like you were so deserving of the MVP award, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing I can even say that would go against that.
Also, I did say Robbie Ray. He's 15th in votes.
Oh, there you go, Robbie Ray. Good for you, big guy. Good for you, big guy. I hope that you have a good year over there on freaking where the hell is he? Seattle now? Seattle. Good for Robbie Ray, man.
Good for Robbie. Good for Seattle. Also, Mantis says, "Love you guys. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, man. Thank you for the question.
Do we have any more questions in here, guys? Ask your questions. How long do you want to go? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
We'll go like 7:30 or something. Maybe like one more question. Or if you guys have any more, like we'll take that as well.
Ask a question, guys. We can probably get a prompt or something.
Yeah,
and then,
for sure.
We also have this box.
We do have the box there as well, which we haven't gotten into.
Old.
But, curious to know from you guys. So like toss it into the chat as well, and like pose this question to you, Adam. We've kind of talked about it a little bit, but I don't know if we've given our definitive answer as to what it is. If we don't go out and we don't get anybody. We don't get anybody at all, like Freddie Freeman, Chris Bryant. Nobody gets got. None of this. Who do you have locked in order for the starting lineup on opening day?
The batting lineup, yeah.
The batting lineup.
Okay. I would have George Springer leading off, of course.
It's like, what do we do now?
Oh, I think I talked about this the other day. I think we have to give it a shot, dude. I think we got to put Bobichette, or not Bobichette, sorry, Kevin Biggio.
Kevin Biggio,
we have to do it, dude.
Okay.
But the reason why is because Bobichette flourished in the 4-hole.
He did.
He drove in runs.
He was a bright.
He's not a
flower.
getting on base guy. He's a drive and runs guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean with the batting average,
He's got that Dante Bichette blood, baby. Like even though he's a little guy, he knows how to hit the home runs.
He's got the tennis hips, man.
Yes, he does.
Hips.
Yes, he does. And you're right. He did flourish in that 4 spot. Okay, so you got Biggio 2, and you got Springer 1
to start the season.
Yeah, opening day.
Then we got Vlad. Then we got Bo, and then we got Teoscar Hernandez. Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
So 5-6 right there.
Yeah. And then we got Alejandro Kirk. Right, he's going to be catching. Then I know the last two guys, but I want to make sure that do we? Oh yeah, right. We have Randall Grichuk.
We also do have Randall Grichuk.
Okay, fine. Randall Grichuk 7 because he has pop. Kirky's 8, and then we have Espinal 9 as a nice leadoff guy, kind of that second leadoff guy. Position.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have. Okay, so then I guess Randall Grichuk is DHing.
Yeah, or either Springer is, and there's some outfield.
Okay.
But the 4 outfielders plus DH is with Randall
is what's
Grichuk.
going on there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't really have any problems with that to like start off. Something that I think that could be considered, and this is going to be a later, like, in-season development. I don't want to do it on opening day. Like, even though I'm high on this guy, I'm not this high to, like, make this happen. But if he could, you prove to the management, like, if he could, you know, like, we're, like, 40 games into the season right now, and he is doing very good, potentially Santiago Espinal.
Dude, Del Kermis just said that.
Did he say that
Yeah,
in the 2
I'm
spot?
tempted to put Espinal on the 2 hole.
I mean, like, you look at the guy's skill set and you think, okay, if you could prove this a little bit more, if you could show that it's like you are capable and like you're not just a one-hit wonder, you can get on base, you can hit. We don't really need you to be hitting for power in there because we have Vladdy behind you. You know, it's like if you can learn to take a walk like Biggio whilst also having the batting average, I think I would be totally cool with putting you in the 2 spot.
Dude, his on-base percentage is 376.
That's pretty damn good, dude.
Whereas, like...
That is pretty damn good.
Biggio...
I think that was around the same as Biggio last year.
Yeah, Biggio had last year and struggled was 356. However, when in a full year of 2019, he had a... on base of 364, and then like 2020 375. So, dude, he's already doing what I want Biggio to do is get on base.
Literally.
So he's getting on base.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. Where like I think to start, like I think it would be kind of not that it's like obscure to start him automatically there, but like I think you'd have to just give the job to Biggio in the 2-hole to start because that's what he's used to. But if he struggles, and like you're saying, if he struggles in the first month, and Espinal's kicking ass in the 2-hole
and
or
Espinal's
like
doing
8-hole,
exactly what he did like last year, but again down there in like 8 or 9 or something. It's like,
well, you kind of have to put him up in the lineup.
Yeah, because the thing with Espinal too is that he literally was getting on base and doing what we said that Biggio needs to do, which is actually hit a baseball. And he was doing it, I think, for like an over 300 average at the time, like 311 or something like that. Like very, very good numbers, you know? So that's a potential right there. I don't want to start off right away. The only time I would start that off right away is if Biggio had a horrible spring training and Espinal was like so overtly hot. Like it was like, oh my God, like you are red hot right now. We need you in the top of the lineup. Biggio, go figure your crap out down there at the bottom, and like we will bring you up once you're ready to go.
I agree. Yeah, because like look, Biggio needs to hit like to make it make sense. Because if Espinal has like a 270 on base,
or 370, you mean?
Or sorry, excuse me, 370. Is Biggio would need to hit a 260 average because I'm looking at his 2020 numbers. You need to hit a 260 average for his on base to be like 385, which would be clearly better, like by a bit. But like that's what you need. That's what you need.
You need to do that, and also too, that's only just going off of on base as well, but not even factoring in the fact that it's like, well, how many extra runs get driven in from Santiago Espinal's 40 or 50 extra batting points.
Right, exactly.
It's because like that will get factored in as well. If George Springer doubles, it's like, well, boom, there's a run right there that we didn't have before. So
facts. You know what? I'm leaning more that way. If we don't get anybody else, that's the way I'm gonna go. But I feel like Montoya's gonna want Biggio up there because number one, he's used to it. Number two, lefty.
Yeah, lefty, and frankly as well, and like I understand why this would happen. I feel like the media would come after Montoya a little bit if Biggio's down there.
Yeah, that's funny. Why would they do that? Because
just not enough.
Biggio's got the title.
Yeah.
Biggio's got the name.
Yeah.
Espinal is a guy that we traded for the Red Sox. We got him for the Red Sox.
Is that actually where we got him from?
Yeah, we traded. So there's a guy, Steve Pierce, in I believe it was 2018. We traded to the Red Sox when they won the World Series, and we just got Santiago Espinal back.
Just as like a throw-in piece, eh?
No, that was the trade.
That was
Steve
it, eh?
Pierce, who was hot at the time, good trade, honestly, by Ross Atkins. We traded hot Steve Pierce, who was a nobody, really, he actually won MVP in the World Series, actually, when they won it.
Wow, okay.
So he was hot. He was hot.
Fair enough. Good trade from Boston as well.
Good trade for Boston, helped him win the World Series. But then we got Santiago Espinal. So honestly, I think it's a good trade because he's young and he's sticking around.
Yeah, for sure. I thought I saw one question in there. I can't really see it, but I thought Tyler Martin might have asked something in there, so we might as well answer that before we hop off.
Tyler Martin says, question, assuming no change in either team between now and opening day, do you have the Jays or the Mariners finishing with a better regular season record? The Jays.
Yeah.
The Jays.
Yeah. I mean,
why would I say the Mariners?
I couldn't possibly sit here and say the Mariners. Yes, they went out. They did go and get some Robbie Ray action and like respect for going and doing that.
Yeah.
And
and they traded for Adam Frazier. Remember that?
I don't remember that. Did they actually do that?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. That changes things a little bit. Like that's that is definitely a significant batting piece to add. But Kyle Seager decided that he's going to hang him up after this year. So like I don't know. I feel bad, and maybe I'm underrating them, but I look at that team, and I don't think that it's going to hold up over another 162 games. Prove me wrong, but don't prove me wrong enough to have them be better than the Blue Jays, please.
Are you? How many wins do you think the over/under? What would be a good over/under in your mind?
For Mariners?
For the Mariners. I don't even know what it is.
Jesus
I don't think it's opened up yet because shit's locked out.
Over/under for the Mariners, like, how many wins did they get last year? Like, they pushed 90, right? They got 90?
They got 90. Yeah.
90? I mean, like, I'd probably put it. They did go out and get Robbie Ray. They did do that. I'd say 82.5.
Wow.
You know?
I would take the over.
You take the over on
would
that?
take the
Like
over,
just
yeah.
like slightly, yeah.
I'm going to say 86.5.
Really? Yeah.
I think because they won 90.
That's
and now they're
true,
getting better.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
I just can't. I'd
Maybe
hit the under.
87.5.
I'd hit the under on both of those.
yeah.
Yeah, I literally hit the under on 82.5 too.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't see them repeating what they did last year. Just too many one-run games. There was too many one-run games for me.
Yeah, it does
where
seem
it was just
wild.
like, how did you do that? You know, like how did you possibly get that done over like for one-run games for that long? You know.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Also, Jet is coming in here because I did promise I'd ask his question. He messaged me on Instagram.
Okay.
And he said, would you rather be your physical or your mental age? So, like, I guess if you had to be the mental age of a 23-year-old or the physical of a 23-year-old.
Okay, but
I would choose physical.
Here's the thing, though. I think that he's asking, though, assuming that your mental age is actually different than your physical age. You know what I mean?
Like assuming that it's older?
Yeah, or assuming like your own personal thing right now. It's just like I don't know what your mental age is to me. You know, I'm not sure. Like, you know, if you look at yourself as like being more mature than a 23-year-old, if you look at yourself being like, you know, youthful in your brain or whatever. I think that is how I'm interpreting it.
Yeah, so maybe it's like, would you rather have an old, like, what's better? I think a mental brain older is better. I think because you have more experience.
As long as I'm not like fucking like, you know,
dementia.
yeah, like
and,
really out of it or something,
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
It's like the good older where it's like I have experience, I have knowledge,
Yeah,
I've been through it,
I've been
seen
around
it.
the block.
I've been around the block. Like, things are coming to me easier. Like, honestly, I'd rather have that because that at least like would help me navigate life a bit more clearer, I guess.
Right.
I really don't know.
I'm
I really don't know.
taking 23-year-old body. I want to be able to move
yeah.
around and do stuff.
If we were to ask, the question, 23-year-old brain or 23-year-old body, I'd take the body. Because you don't have that. That body's going to start declining very soon.
Yeah.
Whereas the mind's going to get better.
You know, like
the mind's gonna get better.
How long will I be this physically fit or like this able to do stuff? You know, like yes, I can take care of my body and whatnot, but it's like, you know, your peak physical fitness, I think they say is
24?
like 24, 25.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is like your elite time.
Yeah.
It's like that is the best time, and then it is a slow, steady decline after that. So like we're pretty much there.
Exactly.
Guys.
I think that's honestly an obvious question because like your brain will get better as you age. Like
Right.
at least like you hope so, right? And then your body will start declining.
Cool question. Oh, also Tyler Martin says, look at their prospects, and that is something that I'm totally ignorant to. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
they
the Mariners
apparently have
prospects. If they have some elite prospects, like
Yeah.
I actually do know. Okay, I remember looking at the top 100 last year and seeing that they do have guys. I don't know how like game ready they are. If they are super ready, like that's great for them. Like I know that I'm definitely ignorant, so maybe they could be making some plays. Maybe they'll do better than 82.5. I don't know. That could be rude.
I'd honestly put like $50 down that they're gonna do better than 82.5.
Wow, that is very.
I'm ballsy because it's just like that's almost 10 wins. You know, like 7 wins actually.
I don't think that I watched them enough to be that confident.
Yeah, I don't watch them enough at all. I just know when I watch them, they kick our ass, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they did do that a decent amount. Okay, maybe the last question coming in here
Yeah,
from Wyatt.
We got them coming in now.
What about signing Kyle Schwarber as Jays DH? He's a big impact lefty bat.
I never thought about that.
I'm going to go get my other White Claw.
I never thought about that. Here's the dilemma, everybody, with signing someone like Kyle Schwarber, is we already have a crowded outfield.
Well, he's going to play DH.
Oh, shit, right. He says DH. But then it's like now we're kind of handcuffing a little bit. Well, no, he could play outfield too, actually. Well, we're basically just saying screw you, Grichuk. Right? Because DHs aren't just going to be permanent. Like, yeah, there's like Edwin Encarnacion. It was like a permanent DH. Maybe played first base every 5th day or something. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to it at all, actually. It depends on how much... Again, always depends on how much money and how long.
How much money are you going to give him? You know,
if it's like a 1 year, 2 year thing, Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I could definitely do that. It's just like it's not a position that we necessarily need. No. Like, but Kyle Schwarber, when he's good, he can be like very, very good. Like there is some serious pop going on in that bat. I will take it. If it's, but I don't know if he's gonna sign a 1 or 2 year deal. You know, it's like I could totally see
4 year.
That's what I mean. Like a team like the Mariners, like we were just talking about, going out picking up a dude like this.
The Brewers.
The Brewers
are perfect, honestly.
Take them, and I think that works great for them. Like, if he does hit his upside, it's like, there you go. There's a little 900 OPS guy to go along with your three-headed dragon that you have.
Bro, especially now that there is going to be a DH, guys, in the new CBA. There's no talks of like, well, if this doesn't happen, we're going to remove DH. No, both sides are like, that is the one thing that they've agreed on, is that there will be a DH in the NL.
Yeah.
So there's going to be an opening for so many people, and Schwarber.
Bro, who do the Milwaukee Brewers have at first base? Is it a good player?
It was between Rowdy and someone else. I'm not really coming to mind, but Rowdy was their first baseman.
Rowdy, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, if Rowdy's good, Rowdy's good. But, like, Luke Voigt seems to be an exceptional trade candidate for the Milwaukee Brewers. Did we talk about that? Yeah.
I think we did on like either a pod or a last live or something.
Okay, I believe that.
But yeah, no, he is a good option.
Like for the Brewers, yeah, it's like they're
perfect trade candidate.
Honestly, they're like our second team, guys. I don't know why we selected them, but like
the Green Bay Packers and the
Green Bay Packers. I guess, yeah, but it's like I don't really feel that connection.
No,
it's just
I know
like
what you mean. They're underrated.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anymore they're underrated, but like they were underrated a lot coming up there last year.
Right.
And now it's like.
But I still don't think that anyone like. I just don't ever see any media talking about the
lineup, dude. It's the lineup. That's why.
You're right. It's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
And we don't have Christian Yelich doing Christian Yelich stuff. It like kind of hurts.
Like obviously they're exactly. And their rotation is better than our rotation. But like our lineup is so sexy. So now we're equal to them. Right.
Also, oh Jesus, I'm sorry, Alana. I didn't actually see your question. Apparently, we skipped Alana's question. In which case, I am very sorry about that.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry.
Yeah, my mom is asking, will the Blue Jays win the MLB before the Maple Leafs win the Cup? Oh, so you win the Commissioner's Trophy, win the World Series.
Okay.
Good question, actually, because I have zero faith in the Leafs, but I do have some faith in the Blue Jays.
Huh, okay.
What do you think?
That is really interesting. Will the Blue Jays win the World Series before the Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup? Ooh, because they're both good. They're both good. It feels like I have to say the Maple Leafs will do it. But, okay, well, here's the thing. How long is the Maple Leafs window going to be?
Well, I'm not too familiar on their contracts, but it's got to be however long Marner and Matthews' contracts are.
Well, I do believe that we have Marner's and Matthews for like a minute. It's kind of like, I feel like
like 3 more years,
The Maple Leafs strategy is literally like, we have 4 contracts. Yeah. It's like Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Nylander, and then we sign everybody else. We get them on like tiny little cheap deals.
Older guys, veteran.
Exactly. Like literally, it's like I don't know the exact number here, folks, but it's like it's like 80% of our payroll. It's like these guys, and then like like we'll handle everybody else.
Yeah. So I believe that Mitch Marner is on a shorter contract than Austin Matthews. So we're gonna have him for this year and then 3 more years.
Okay. So
24, 25.
That's pretty, yeah. So, I mean, like, they have a window for sure. And who's to say that their window could end after that? We don't really know.
We don't know. They might draft. Will they? Because, like,
they'll probably be in good situations.
Maybe they trade. I don't know.
Not really sure. Maybe they sign those guys back even. They'll still be in good positions. With that being said, though, Blue Jays, we're very familiar about their window. We think that it's probably going to be, for the next 4 or 5 years, they should be doing pretty good. And after that, it's kind of like we don't know either. We're not really sure what's going to go on there.
If we sign Bo and Vlad, then that's a very different conversation.
Could be going on for a while. That's just it's too many variables down the line to really say.
Yeah.
So, who do you got?
That's so tough. Well, because think about it. Like trying to predict, realistically, none of them are going to win a cup.
You don't think we're either going to win a freaking thing?
Well, like realistically, odds say that none of them are going to win. But I have to put my faith in the Toronto Blue Jays because what I've only seen from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Have you seen them play in round 2?
No, I haven't. Not really. No.
But I haven't seen the Blue Jays.
I was just gonna say that
play in
though. It's
round
like,
two
yeah,
either.
like, I haven't really seen us go to playoffs that much.
However,
guys.
I've seen more round 1 losses than the Blue Jays.
Well, that's because we're not making it there, though.
Well, we only had 1 year. We didn't make it last year.
We made it in 2020.
But I think that we have to see it though. But based on my knowledge of and the history, I have to say the Blue Jays. If I had to pick one, I'd say the Blue Jays.
Right. Okay. Well, here's my thinking right now. What is the playoff format for both leagues? How many teams are in both leagues' playoffs?
So for the NHL, it's 16.
Yeah.
And then for the MLB, we don't know yet, but it could be either 12 or 14.
So I'm going Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
Because I think that both teams should be making it to the playoffs over the next course of like the next like 4 or 5 years. Like realistically, like ceiling is you make it every single year kind of thing. You should be in it.
Right.
We have a better overall chance just going literally off of statistics here, numbers. So it's like I'm going to go Blue Jays. And we have a good goddamn rotation. And those guys are going to show up come freaking playoff time.
We do, dude.
We do.
Think about that. A solid Barrios, if Manoah continues and is solid, and then a solid Gosman. Mm-hmm. I want to win those games. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. That's all you need. 3
in the postseason, dude.
And then with our like dope lineup, that's easy. That's
easy money.
Easy money.
Easy money. So there you go. We're going Blue Jays. Want to call it, crap it,
crap? You want to take a crap?
I don't know what I was trying to say right there. Like, call it. Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to say. Clap it.
Call
it.
it.
I don't
Call
know.
it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking about poo.
I don't know why. Not sure. Yeah, maybe I was thinking about the Maple Leafs first round. Yeah, too triggering.
Nice.
Anyways, guys, that was the Blue Jays Today show. There we go.
Yeah.
Comment down below what you thought about everything that we had to say. Leave us a comment as well as to when you think this lockout will be resolved. We chatted about that off the beginning, so if you missed it, then go back, take a look at the first like 10 minutes of this thing. That's kind of all that we talked about.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can be going live very, very soon and talking about how it's literally coming to an end. I kind of have visions in my brain about what we did for free agency, where it's just like go live and the news is breaking and Passan is tweeting and Rosenthal is tweeting.
Dude, we're just we're doing what we did in this live, but like we're bringing up the tweets.
It's just it's just like the contracts coming in, like the pen.
Oh my gosh, we're reacting.
We're reacting. It's like the inaugural pen bringer is bringing the pen. You know, it's just like they're ready to sign. They're ready to sign. Like.
Dude, and even before that, we talked about this on our last live. I will say it again here. It's like we're gonna have like a literal like party, guys. You guys want to come to our party? You're all invited. It's gonna be a live party when the Blue Jays are back. Yes.
Yeah,
but when the CBA has made an agreement, we're gonna party.
Yeah.
We're gonna party.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna party hard, guys. But let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching.